I am Iron Man.
Hello there.
Avengers! All right, let's just dive right into everything. There's so much I want to talk about.
Oh yeah.
Just solely on the MCU. I mean, we have a couple other. I mean, there was some DC stuff announced and some Star Wars stuff, sort of. But
Yeah, they sure were there.
but I mean, first of all, I didn't actually get to watch any of the reveals like live for Comic-Con, but like I had it up on my phone, like watching the things come in, like whatever was announced. But this is probably going to be I mean, we thought we were spoiled with phase 3 and 4. Like phase 5 and 6 are going to be insane, especially phase 6. Like
Dude, phase. It's absolutely insane. Hold on, I meant to do this before, but 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 12 things total, including Disney Plus. There are 12 things slated for phase 5, right?
Jeez,
it's insane. It's absolutely insane. And not even like there are rumors that there is more phase 5 stuff coming
that they just haven't announced.
Yeah, like there's a lot of speculation. So phase 6, we got 2 Avengers movies, which we'll go into. We'll go into, but like, and then the start of phase 6 is gonna be Fantastic Four, which is thank God.
I want to dive into that too.
When phase 5 was announced without Fantastic Four, I actually was pretty disappointed. Like phase 5 is not a disappointment. I'm gonna
share my screen real quick just so everybody can see what phase 5 is gonna be.
Oh, perfect. Because I was looking at it on it. Yeah, this is great. And nothing about this is wrong. Like this is a solid lineup.
Amazing.
But knowing that Fantastic Four exists and it not being up here, I was like,
we're getting things sooner than I thought we would. I didn't think we were going to get Blade in phase 5. I thought that was going to be like down the road.
I am pleasantly surprised by 2 things on this list, and it was Blade being next year. Yeah, absolutely insane
because they haven't even really made any announcements about production or anything.
I don't think they've done. They definitely haven't started filming. Like I good luck to those people. Those the
VFX artists have been putting up a huge stink lately. So
I know that's anyway. But I think it's insane that's slated for next year. I really hope that sticks because that's awesome.
Yeah.
The other one was Daredevil, dude. Daredevil Born Again.
Charlie Cox coming back. I'm actually in the process of watching the Netflix series right now. I'm on the first season.
And that's your first time, right?
Yeah, I've never watched it.
That's so cool. I'm gonna I might try and start it up right now then to be on par with you because I have never rewatched it. But I do love it. I thought it was a great show. But I do want to rewatch it. So I'm very curious. Of course, the things confirmed for Daredevil Born Again, it's going to be an 18 episode series. So the longest series for Disney Plus so far, like in the span of the MCU, at least, that's awesome.
They were like, in spring of 2024, we're going to have 4 months of Daredevil episodes. Like, which is insane. That's all. I mean, it's amazingly awesome, like insane, but
right. It's great because the original Daredevil seasons were, I think, 20 to 24 episodes each. And I like the idea that they're going to follow a similar style because I think we've talked about it a lot with Miss Marvel, and we've talked about bits and pieces with other things that we haven't really touched upon yet. But with the 6 episode series, I keep getting this feeling like, could have been a movie. Yeah. When you have a 20 episode show, that's a show. So I'm excited for Daredevil specific. Well, for Charlie Cox to be back as Daredevil.
Oh yeah, and they're bringing back Vincent D'Onofrio too, right?
D'Onofrio as Kingpin. They're the only 2 confirmed, I believe. There's a lot of rumors. I think there was rumors that I forget their names, but Murdoch and Foggy Nelson.
Foggy Nelson. Yep.
There's rumors that Foggy Nelson's guy's coming back. There's rumors that
and like Punisher and
Punisher,
Jessica
and then,
Jones, and
so the only other rumor I heard was the female in the Nelson and Murdoch company. I forget.
Oh,
her name. Paige.
Karen Page, I think is her name.
Yes. So Karen Page, Foggy Nelson, and Punisher are rumored to come back for Born Again. That's it. So it's really interesting to see if any of the Under Defenders show up at all in the MCU. Daredevil Born Again. Like, I'm curious because I do love Daredevil, but I did like a lot of other things in the Defenders.
Yeah. I think I watched I didn't watch Daredevil. I didn't watch Jessica Jones. I didn't watch Iron Fist. I watched Luke Cage out of all of them. At least the first season. And then I think I watched like an episode of the Defenders, and I was just like, I have no idea what's going on because I didn't watch any other shows, so I just stopped watching. But I'm very excited for that. And one thing I didn't realize is that even from the beginning of Daredevil, it takes place in the MCU because they keep talking about like the New York invasion, and they mentioned Thor and Iron Man and stuff like that. And I always just thought it was its own separate thing.
No, and so the Defenders universe was originally part of the MCU, very similar to Shield. Agents of Shield was grounded in the MCU. Actually, fun fact for you. In season 1 of Daredevil, the poster, it has the New York skyline, and Avengers Tower is in that skyline. Like,
oh, wow.
So like, again, just like you're saying, like it was meant to be part of the MCU. But that at that time, it was a logistics thing. At the time where Shield and the Defenders universe and all that stuff was being established, Marvel TV and Marvel Studios films were 2 separate divisions. And Kevin Feige hated the guy in charge of the TV department. So that's what he basically at one point, he was, I forget how it worked out, but Kevin Feige was put in charge of absolutely everything. And he was like, nah. Screw you guys. This none of this is canon. But yeah, no. So I'm curious to see. And to that point, I said none of this is canon, but I think they are going to obviously make ties. You know, you got Charlie Cox, the same actor. You have other. Well, I think it'll be interesting to see how they tie it to the MCU. I don't think it's necessarily that Daredevil 1 through 3 is MCU canon, but you could make the assumptions like, oh, okay, he already became Daredevil. I know how that happened. Blah, 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 blah. He fought Kingpin probably. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, Punisher and him know each other. They probably met like in season 2. Like
they'll be able to just kind of like people that are going to be watching the show more than likely will have already known. I feel like Marvel's done with origin stories other than like brand new characters like Miss Marvel, and we're going to have Ironheart and stuff like that. But like,
Feige already confirmed Fantastic Four is not going to be an origin story.
That's what I was going to bring up.
Yeah. I think they know what they're doing. Like they're we're over this.
Like they didn't have to do Spider-Man origin because we've already had 2 Spider-Man origin stories. We had we had 2 Fantastic Four origin stories as well. I completely forgot about Fan Four Stick. But
sure did.
One movie I wish I could forget. I'm so one thing I wanted to talk about before we jump into, because I really want to talk about Quantumania. I don't know if you saw it, but I saw the leaked trailer. I saw the leaked Comic-Con trailer.
So I haven't seen any. I've read details on all of them, but I did not see any of the Comic-Con exclusive trailers. So
it
for
was
everyone
a shitty
listening,
view, but
so I was just gonna say, so the only things released publicly were they had a new She-Hulk trailer, and eventually Wakanda Forever got a trailer, which was an awesome trailer.
Oh my god, amazing!
But yes, Brendan. So what trailers was it that you got to see that was from Comic-Con?
I saw a leaked one of Quantumania.
Okay,
and I'll go into that when we start talking about Quantumania. And I saw a bit of a leaked of Guardians 3.
Okay,
it was like 30 seconds of it.
I saw the picture. So Guardians 3, the picture of little baby Rocket.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh my god, Guardians, come on.
It's gonna be cute to see him as little baby Rocket, but also heartbreaking because he goes through some crazy ass shit with what the hell is the
I
What's
forget.
that? What's
Is it the evolutionary guy? The
yeah,
main villain?
the high evolutionary. That's
High
what
evolutionary. That's what I it's funny. Guardians of the Galaxy, almost every time. And volume 2, I knew a little bit about is it Ego or Igor? The planet. It's Ego, right?
Ego. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I knew a little bit about Ego, which wasn't even the same kind of thing, but I knew a little bit about him. But like Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and going into Guardians of the Galaxy 3, I know almost nothing.
Little,
and
yeah.
I love it being a comic book guy that doesn't know something.
Isn't it
like,
something
I'm
new?
as
Yeah.
fresh as everyone else going
Exactly.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like Rocket, like I know, from what we know in the movies, he had a traumatic backstory.
Yeah.
But I don't know anything about the High Evolutionary. I just know he's a big bad villain, and apparently a really big bad villain.
Yeah. Yeah. That James Gunn said, I think this is going to be the last Guardians movie.
He said it's gonna be the last one in his trilogy.
Yeah,
like,
they could do another. They could have another director come in, but
I get the feeling that he's like he's establishing it. He's like, this is my last one, and if Disney does anything else after,
I kind of feel like he's done with Disney. Like,
yeah, oh yeah, of course, he's gonna be the new main guy for DC.
Oh yeah. He on the DC thing, I saw like almost like a Phase 5 thing, but DC's version.
It was put together with Post-it notes and duct tape.
Yeah,
and,
pretty much. Yeah.
And they were like, maybe this one next.
We'll throw this one on there. But it's an untitled James Gunn project. So,
okay. I do remember that.
More than likely, probably another Suicide Squad or something along those lines. But
I think I could be wrong. Totally guesstimating right now. But I think he confirmed another Suicide Squad and an unannounced project for DC.
You know what would be cool to see him do? Would be, I mean, I know they're doing the series, but a live action Teen Titans movie.
That would be awesome.
I feel like he would do really good.
Yeah. I mean, because essentially, and especially Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, I mean, I'm sure Chris Pratt was, I have no idea how old he was, but like I think he could helm a Teen Titans movie very well.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But I digressed. I'm sorry. Quantumania. There's too much going on. It's awesome.
Well, first, I just want to talk about the quick snippets of the trailers that were actually released to the public.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
She-Hulk, I thought looks really good compared to the other trailers we've gotten. Yeah,
I look. Okay, again, we're not really sophisticated guys, and I think that's what I love about us.
Yeah,
but like, I get it. The VFX people thing is happening.
I mean. That's terrible. That like what's happening to them is terrible. But I don't give a shit that the visual effects don't look amazing. Like
that's what all I was trying to say was, guys, whatever you're doing great, because the new She-Hulk trailer looked much better.
It looks amazing.
Much better.
And even if they released it how the first trailer looked, I wouldn't really care. I don't go to these movies. I don't go to see Marvel movies being like expecting like. I mean, they do have a standard, but like I don't expect them to be like. I can't tell that's not visual effects. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, you're going to be able to tell she's not a green giant monster. You know, like
right. But you also just know she's not a real green giant monster.
I don't know. People were giving them such flack about like, oh, it looks terrible, blah blah blah. I'm like, it doesn't look that bad. Like,
no, and I do think it looks. I think it looks better. I think this new trailer looks like a lot of fun. I don't know about you, but before this trailer, I did not know that She-Hulk breaks the fourth wall.
Neither did I. No, I've heard that that's sort of like her and Deadpool's power in the comics. Like they're the only two that do it.
I always knew that, I knew Deadpool was, and that's another guy that I've been waiting to talk about today that also didn't show up at Comic-Con. We'll get there, but I knew they shared that, I knew he had that ability. I did not know she did until this trailer, and I did the smallest amount of research just so I was, because she does. She talks to you through the trailer, and I'm like, did she just do that? And like I looked it up, and apparently she's known for it. So
I'm excited because it looks like it's gonna be like a case of the week type comedy because she's a lawyer. So like it'll be like you know how like in the Flash show it's like the villain of the week. I feel like in like She-Hulk is going to be the first couple episodes. I feel like are going to be like the case of the week. Like, oh, we got to help Frogman get out of whatever. Or, oh, we got to help,
real people.
Yeah. Like, and then, then we'll get to like, Abomination.
Wrecking Crew. The Wrecking Crew is in the trailer.
Is that who that is? That's that
the,
like get little the four person gang.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's so funny. I saw that and I was like, no way. And I looked it up and yup, Wrecking Crew confirmed in the trailer. I love it. I first of all, I think that is a great concept, by the way. A case of the week for the episodes. Like that'll be amazing if that's
like
how they really go.
I feel like this show, kind of like Moon Knight, isn't gonna have huge impact on the MCU now. I mean, it might, but it might. I don't know.
I kind of disagree. I think this show, and I think the fact that so many like C-list villains are being introduced in this show, it's not going to have like major ripple effect kind of a thing, but it's going to be like this. I get the feeling that this show, She-Hulk, might be more like what Shield was supposed to be as an MCU show.
Okay.
Like way more like, oh, this was affected because of the Sokovia Accords. Oh, this was affected because of the helicarriers going down in DC. Like so many like little things impacting, I guess, the show more than the universe.
Yeah.
But like just very much embedding itself in the MCU.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it looks like it's gonna be action, a good action-packed show. It also looks like it's gonna be hilarious. Like
it does. It does look like a adult comedy.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, I mean, it seems like it's going to be more geared towards people. I feel like with the contrasting with Miss Marvel, like this is going to be more geared towards people our age and older.
Definitely.
So,
which is cool.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, we liked Miss Marvel. Like,
yeah, I liked that a lot more than I thought.
Appreciative though that they are going to give us a adult-oriented show.
Yes.
And apparently, and I'm not trying to jump ahead, but apparently another adult-oriented show on the horizon in that Phase 5 lineup. But Secret Invasion as well.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, no, with She-Hulk, and then also, we just talked about him for a whole while, showing up at the end of that She-Hulk trailer, Daredevil in his new red and yellow suit.
Yeah, that was cool.
And it was so funny because the trailers, it's doing the trailer thing where it shows you the title, and I forgot that its technically whole title is She-Hulk Attorney at Law.
Yeah.
And I'm reading the word attorney, and I'm like, oh,
there's
I can see Matt Murdock showing up in the show. And the second it happens, Daredevil almost like I was like, oh my god, that's hysterical.
I just recently rewatched No Way Home, and I completely forgot Matt Murdock's his lawyer is Peter Parker's lawyer, and when he showed up, I like had the same reaction I had in the theater. I was like, oh, that's Daredevil. Like I was like, completely forgot about that. So, and like it makes sense. I hope that we get both Daredevil and like lawyer Matt Murdock in She-Hulk, because that would be cool to see them either on opposite sides of the case or on the same side. It'd be cool to see them on opposite side because he's a defense attorney, right? He's
correct. And I don't know if they established this in the commercial or in the trailer or not, but I believe She-Hulk is a prosecutor. Like,
yeah, it seems like
she's known for being a prosecuting attorney, so that would put them right at it, button heads. I also I don't know, like, dude, I'm just excited for more Daredevil. Like, I love it. I love to see it. It was one of my favorites, especially in college. Like, I'm just very excited to get these characters established. And that's kind of the exciting thing I think about Phase 5 and 6 is these characters that we know exist somewhere finally getting their names out in there.
Yeah. Getting their just desserts, I guess, or whatever you want to call it.
I one other thing for the trailer, I wanted to point out, I haven't looked into the show at all, so it could be leaked, it could be, in the summary, I don't know. But like Hulk being full on Professor Hulk in this, I'm assuming this takes place in the 5 years before Endgame.
At least
the start.
I've heard theories that this takes place during the blip, because Wong is with Abomination, and I think that takes. He does that during the blip. It seems like
at least it's going to somehow tie into Shang-Chi.
Yeah. Yep.
I and then Abomination showing up in this, I also assume is going to lead towards our final movie in the Phase 5 lineup, which is Thunderbolts. Dude, this
definitely gonna have Julia Louis-Dreyfus at the end. What Val is her or What's her name?
Val is her name. I believe she's Madam Hydra. Like they haven't said Madam Hydra in the show, or in the movies or anything yet. But her name on screen right now is Val.
Okay. So because I'm sure at the end of like one of the episodes, if not the finale, it'll be like her coming up to Emil Blonsky and we want to, because isn't Abomination part of the Thunderbolts?
He's definitely bad. I mean, the big thing was Red Hulk was a huge Thunderbolt, but unfortunately that
can't really do that anymore.
Can't do that, and I don't think they're gonna recast him. Unfortunately,
yeah,
it is what it is, and that's unfortunate. But I think Abomination as a Thunderbolt makes sense and will rock. So
yeah, and I'm glad they're keeping. I'm glad they're keeping Tim Roth in there too, because he was. I love him as an actor, and he was really good in the movie in Hulk. So
yeah. Absolute highlight
in the Incredible Hulk. I'm sorry, not the shitty 2003 Hulk.
It's it's so funny looking back at the Incredible Hulk, which I believe you said you haven't seen, right? Or no, you did see it.
I saw it. I think the only time I've seen it is when I saw it in theaters, like in 2008 or whenever that was.
I've definitely rewatched it probably I think only twice. But I don't hate that movie. It's not the most. It's definitely a low point in the MCU. But it's funny. The funniest thing to me is that I think the absolute weak link of that movie is Edward Norton. It's and he was a star. That's funny.
I'm glad they didn't keep Edward Norton because he just didn't feel like Bruce Banner. Like I know I haven't seen the movie in a while, but even from remembering what I watched in that movie, I was like, it doesn't feel like Bruce. Like the guy that played Bruce Banner in the 2003 Hulk felt more like Bruce Banner than Edward Norton did.
I don't think I've ever rewatched that movie.
What I don't know if you want to jump right into this, but the Wakanda Forever trailer.
Let's do it. Wakanda Forever.
I think it looks. I mean, from what they had to do, because
I think the trailer. I think
Chadwick Boseman's passing and how fast they had to turn around everything. Like it looks amazing. The story seems great. I mean, we're getting Namor.
This may be. It's definitely the best trailer since Endgame. It may be the best MCU trailer of all time.
The music mix in that is amazing. Like the No Woman No Cry.
I don't know
cover, and then it mashes into Kendrick Lamar's All Right. Like that was. I think I watched that trailer about 30 times. Like,
well, and so it's emotional, right? Like you're getting that. Like you're absolutely correct. It's an emotional trailer for all the right reasons.
Yeah.
But on top of that, it's just a great trailer where it tells you nothing. Like
like you literally don't get any dialogue until like the last 20 seconds of the trailer. Like
you get no dialogue. You get little to no like explanation. You see Namor and the sea people who the Atlanteans. But you don't get any name drops. So like I can tell you, hey, that's Namor and he's about to F some shit up. But like if you're just a moviegoer, you're like, oh, who's this guy swimming? Who's like right, exactly. It doesn't tell you anything, but it's also intriguing. And then the shot of the unknown Black Panther.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's such a great shot.
So many theories on that I've seen. But yeah, and we get a full on literal Ironheart in the trailer. Like when she bangs the heart through. Like I was expecting that to be kind of like a kept under wraps secret that she was going to be.
I know.
But is amazing that Riri Williams is in it.
So fellow brother and Funko Pop Arms. Did you also see?
I got spoiled. Yeah.
Well, so I don't. I
mean, I don't put it as a spoiler because
I do. I actually agree. I that was my reaction too. So anyway, real quick, Funko Pop released their Wave 1 Black Panther Wakanda Forever pops, and it includes Ironheart Mark 1 is what it says. Okay. So I'm excited because to me, like that's definitely not the suit that she's making in the trailer.
Yeah,
no.
Like she's in Wakanda. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. So I think that's going to be the Mark 1 Ironheart is going to be like the thing she makes in her and I don't know how old she is in her college dorm or whatever. Like
when she gets like recruited by Shuri or whoever. Yeah.
And I loved it, dude. I loved it. Like, so I did see the design too. It was kind of an accident thing. I like it. I like it a lot.
I saw it and I was like, damn it, that's a spoiler. And then I was kind of like, well, I knew she was gonna suit up anyway. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're not gonna have Riri Williams in the movie and not suit her up at some point. So
the thing that threw me off was that it was like the official Marvel Twitter or something. I saw that on. And I was like, I assumed it was going to be like a leak or something, but like literally you can go pre-order the pop.
It could also be a fake out though. It could be because they did that with Infinity War. They had a pop of Hulk bursting out of the Hulkbuster. And I remember people were like, what the fuck? Like, you know, what the bubble and
which cool pop, even though it doesn't exist. I don't think but yeah.
Because I remember seeing it. I remember seeing that pop after I saw Infinity War.
Yeah, me too. I definitely saw that after too. Yeah,
I was like, that didn't happen. I was like, what the heck? Like,
you didn't do that.
Yeah, I was like, you cheeky son of a bitch, Funko.
But that's it. So I also think Marvel has been holding Funko kind of at an arm's length, so to speak, because like same thing with Spider-Man, dude. Like No Way Home pops, the integrated suit, that Funko Pop had so many things wrong with it. It had the magic bracelet on Spider-Man, and he wasn't using it anymore at that point.
Yeah.
It had blue instead of black in his suit. It's a very like wrong design, and
like
I don't know if
the
that's
new
Marvel.
One coming out.
No, this is the original Wave One, like the new one, the new one with the new No Way Home Funko Pop's coming in November with all great designs. But no, that's the right, like it's the black and the gold. It looks sharp as heck. Like that one looked great, but the Wave One was it's unclear if it was an old design or if it was just wrong. And again, I think Marvel did that on purpose. I think Marvel's giving Funko like, here, make these so that if this leaks or you release it too early, like
then
this is what
it won't
we don't
be
mind
spoiled.
showing people.
Yeah.
Right. Like, so, and to your credit, to your point, like Riri might have a Mark 1 armor and it looks nothing like this pop.
Yeah.
But either way, I'm stoked. I'm super excited.
It looks amazing. I mean, I have a feeling like they're gonna, I mean, obviously they're gonna tell us how T'Challa, you know, passes in the movie, but I have a feeling it's not gonna be like a huge focal point of the movie. I don't know. Like, honestly,
I kind of think it would be a good decision. I get the feeling it's not only going to be off screen, but like I could see them saying he died of the same cancer that Chadwick Boseman died of.
Yeah.
Like, just kind of like, it was simple. It hit him hard and it took him from us. Like it doesn't. And that would honestly, I think, be huge because you already have Black Panther, who is just an insanely popular character who relates to a very large group of people that have never had such awesome representation. Then you're going to go and you're going to represent people who have to suffer through cancer too if you do something like that.
Exactly.
Like, you're just making a popular character
more popular. Yeah.
Exactly.
And like I guess, I mean, I know it's not an easy task to recast / replace the character, but it makes it a little easier because there have been multiple Black Panthers through the Wakandan history. So it's not like there's only been one person. Like, it's not, you know, there's only been one Iron Man. There's only been one Captain America. Like, it'd be kind of hard if Robert Downey Jr. died in the middle of, you know, Infinity War.
It'd be like, oh, we just have to make Rhodey Iron Man all of a sudden.
Exactly.
Which, I mean, that's happened in the comics, but like, you know, it's not Iron Man. So speaking of, you know, let's kind of, I feel like we're tiptoeing around it. We get the shot of Black Panther at the end. And before we say anything, I wanted to say what my wife's reaction was when we saw that shot on our TV. So it shows the shot of the back of Black Panther with the claw out, and then it shows the title screen. And her the first thing she says, she goes, "That's a woman's ass."
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely Shuri. It's absolutely definitely Shuri. I've heard. That's a woman's ass.
That's a woman's ass right there.
Yeah, I mean, when I did see like the that for the first time, I was like, that's definitely a womanly figure. Like, it's definitely
a more slim figure. Yeah, like for sure. Like, it's way too slim to be M'Baku, which is if I had been, if for some reason I was in charge of Black Panther Wakanda Forever, I wanted one of two choices. I wanted M'Baku if they went with a boy, or I wanted Shuri if they went with a girl.
Yeah,
I would have been happy with either. If it's Shuri, I'm going to be ecstatic.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, it makes the most sense for it to be Shuri because
It's his sister,
lineage,
still
yeah.
in lineage.
Yeah.
She's royalty or whatever.
I did hear a rumor,
Okay.
not a rumor, a theory, a fan theory. Now I don't think it's real. It's just people BSing around, but that something happens to Shuri during the movie, and she goes to the ancestral plane, and
I did see this.
gets Killmonger to come back, and people think that's Killmonger. I don't think that's going to happen. I think that.
Oh, you're saying like she somehow brings him back to life?
Yeah, she somehow brings Killmonger back to, but I don't think they'd do that because it just doesn't make sense. It just makes more sense to throw Shuri. It makes Shuri Black Panther, but
yes, I think I mean I thought this when Chadwick Boseman passed away, but I think had they not killed Killmonger in the movie, maybe they somehow redeem him to be Black Panther because I mean I absolutely love Michael B. Jordan.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I think he was amazing as Killmonger.
Yeah,
but he's an amazing actor in general.
Yeah.
I even hot take, but Fan Four Stick.
He was good in that
one of the better people in it. Like
yeah.
But yeah, no, I would have loved to have seen a redeemed Killmonger become Black Panther, but it doesn't make sense. And and that's the thing with Black Panther or in Wakanda, like they're a people science, and it really doesn't make sense to just bring someone back to life. Now, if he comes back somehow through the ancestral plane, like, yeah, that would be cool. Like,
yeah,
I just don't see them, Frankensteining him back.
No, I don't see that happening yet. No, it's definitely, we're calling it here. It's going to be Shuri.
It's not going to be Killmonger. That's what we're calling.
we're calling it here because of Val, Zach's wife's quote. That's a woman's ass.
That's a woman's ass.
That's a woman's ass.
And we had a woman's permission to say that.
Don't cancel us.
If it could be anyone else, do you, Brendan, would you want it to be anyone else? I don't think you've said this.
Nah, I mean, if Killmonger was alive, I'd want it to be Killmonger. Right. But other than that, I mean, Shuri makes the most sense for the story. I mean, if it wasn't for Shuri, then yeah, like maybe M'Baku or something like that. But
it's funny. The thing, so the only other two I saw were Okoye, who is the head of the guard.
I could see that, yeah.
And then also, I don't remember her name, but T'Challa's love interest in Black Panther.
Oh yeah. Lupita Nyong'o is her real name, but I don't know the character's name.
Sure, didn't even know her. I didn't know her name out either. But I think it would be possible that either of them could be Black Panther.
Yeah,
I could even see in this movie like the suit getting passed around person to person. Like,
yeah,
hey, I'll try it. I'm not really good. Hey, you try. Yeah, I'm not really good either. And then Shuri's like, I guess I'll give it myself.
Yeah,
Thanos style. And she does, but like I just don't think it fits narratively for anyone other than Shuri.
Yeah, Wakanda Forever looks amazing.
It looks great,
especially with what they had to deal with and the time, with COVID and everything, and with having to rewrite the script and all that. So,
and it's funny. I have two kind of last things to say, and the main thing is that I saw this trailer. And I got Marvel excited again. And I feel like there are sometimes now, because there's so much, understandably, what did I just say? 12 things in phase 5?
Yeah.
Like, understandably, we're definitely oversaturated. I'm not against it, but like sometimes things don't hit anymore like other things. Like I was so excited for Thor Love and Thunder because it was just like, like get into some Thor nonsense, right?
Yeah.
The Black Panther Wakanda Forever trailer hit, and I was like, I can't wait for it to be November. I can't wait to go back. And the only other thing I wanted to say was kind of news related was that officially, when that comes out, that will be the end of phase 4. I don't think we like that's I liked what we were talking about. Like phase 4 kind of grew a lot because of the pandemic, and officially speaking, 2022 will end it. 2023 will begin phase 5.
So phase 4 has spanned over 2 years. Right? Because didn't Endgame end phase 3? And that was 20.
No, Far From Home ended phase 3.
Oh, okay.
Which was, I mean, it was the same year, which was 2019, right?
So 3 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. But 3 years starting with, I believe Black Widow was first, right?
Yeah, because that was the first MCU pandemic movie because they released it on the premium Disney Plus or whatever BS that was.
Yes. And Scarlett Jo got mad because she couldn't make like $1 billion. And I was like, it's fine.
Yeah, I know. So moving on into phase, if you want to.
Yeah, I'm pumped, dude. Let's do it.
Into phase 5. So let me pull up real quick the phase 5 map.
Hold on real quick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
So I mean, starting off, we got Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. I have been so excited for this movie since they announced it.
I know.
And since the reveal of the He Who Remains, Kang variant, and Loki, I've been beyond excited for this movie. And it's crazy because I remember when the first Ant-Man came out, I'm like, I don't really give a shit. It's Ant-Man. But this looks amazing. And from what I could see in like the half screen of the guy holding his phone up in Comic-Con.
So speaking of, my first thing on Quantumania is just like you, like ever since the title of this was released, I was like, yes, hell yes. Like
we're finally getting a movie in the quantum realm.
And not like, it's just, I love, dude, Ant-Man, like you were just saying, Ant-Man started out, it's like this nobody, I mean, heck, it was a heist movie, you know?
Yeah.
But like, I love that each one is just add something to the title. You have Ant-Man, you have Ant-Man and the Wasp, you have Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania.
Yeah.
Like next, make it Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania 2. Like just do some, I love the idea of this character getting this crazy is just so funny to me. It's so amusing. And
it's not even the main Ant-Man from the comics. You know what I mean?
No,
like
exactly.
Like it's the secondary Ant-Man.
Right. And so I'm just really excited. I've been excited, and I want you to tell me what I actually don't remember the trailer for this movie. So I want you to, but before you do,
I just rewatched it before we started. So
nice, perfect,
fresh.
But the thing I wanted to say real quick before that is that the fact that they're starting out phase 5 with this movie, which is fairly hyped up.
Yeah.
In February, like January and February, known to be dead man's walking months for movies. Oh, yeah. And they're like, nah, screw it.
Throw Ant-Man, throw the biggest curveball into the MCU we've ever had.
And it makes sense that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is their May movie, right? Like that is absolutely Avengers level Marvel blockbuster of the year kind of movie.
Yeah.
That's going to go in May. Makes total sense. Mm-hmm. And then Blade being their November release. I mean, we still can't believe that's going to be next year, but like a November movie makes total sense.
Yeah.
But Ant-Man also, like Ant-Man is like a July film in my head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
it's like a nice summer film and
yes. The fact that we're getting it in February, absolutely great. Let's do it.
I feel like they're just doing that just because they missed so much box office in the during the pandemic. They're like, we'll release it during the dead month, so that's the only movie people will go see.
Dude, it's gonna be such a great next year. Maybe my favorite phase, like consecutively looking at
so far. We still only have 3 titles for phase 6.
To quote Homer Simpson in the Simpsons movie, best phase of your life so far. Yes, but Brendan, so give me that Quantumania.
All right, so it starts off. I don't know I should have written down the exact words, but it starts out with Scott Lang and like, you know, his now family, Cassie Lang, his daughter, and is it Hope Van Dyne is the daughter?
Hope
right?
is his daughter.
Hope is his daughter. Okay, it is Hank Pym's daughter. Not Scott's daughter. That would be weird.
I actually thought it was Scott. No, you're correct. Hope is the love interest. Hope is the love interest.
Yeah, and
Hope is
I said Janet. What the hell is her name?
Janet is her mom.
Is her mom. Cassie Lang is the daughter.
Yes.
There we go. So it's them like making fun of Scott because he's like, he wrote a book. It's called Big Me, Little Me, the Scott Lang story. And like, or no, that was the podcast. The book is called something else. I forget, but they're like making fun of him about the book. And then like it cuts to like something. I couldn't really tell what it was, but it's a Kang. It's Jonathan Majors, like Kang's voice. And he's like, time is not what it is, or time does not seem like it is, or something like that. Something about time.
Yeah.
And yada, yada, yada. But we get like shots of that. They get sucked into the quantum realm. They're kind of like walking around in there. There's shots of this, shots of that. And then there's a shot of Bill Murray. And because he's in the movie.
Yes.
I'm guessing he's supposed to be someone that lives in this quantum realm. That was
but do
with
we know,
Janet. We don't know who he is yet.
Okay. Because that's I heard rumors. I heard he was confirmed at Comic-Con. Like, I don't know who he is.
Yeah, no, I think he's someone. I mean, as far as I could tell from the half screen I could see in the thing, because he goes.
He just looks like Bill Murray.
Yeah. He's just Bill. It's just Bill Murray. He's not like more makeup or anything. At least that I could tell. But he goes Janet Van Dyne, and then like kind of surprised to see her back. I guess they had met while she spent her time in the quantum realm. Okay. And then there's like flashes of quantum people and like quantum bugs and shit. And then we get a flash of MODOK. MODOK's going to be it. Now, the theory is that it's Yellow Jacket, the guy that played Yellow Jacket, that I guess he got taken back out of the quantum realm and deformed and turned into MODOK.
So did you see through the?
I did not see. I could only see his headpiece. I can only see like the
okay, but he had the little. Was it like the gem or whatever in the headpiece?
Yeah, I could. It was all I could see was the gem. I couldn't see his face if it was just like a giant head and a little seat thing. But I couldn't. But it seems like it was because everybody started cheering. Like the second that came up, people were like, "Yeah!" So he apparently, I guess he looks like MODOK.
That's cool.
And then it like kind of cuts, like it everything stops, and then it like shoots on Scott Lang, and he's like, "You know who I am? I'm an Avenger." And then it shows feet walking towards him, and it slowly pans up, and it's Kang, and he's like, "An Avenger. Have I killed you before?" And then it cuts to Ant-Man Quantumania, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's such a cool line!" Like
he's like, so cool.
Like he's just like, have one of my variants killed you before? Like
yeah. I'm so excited, dude. And as far as I know, like for my comic knowledge, those two don't really tussle together. Like,
yeah, I mean, I feel like he'd be more of a Fantastic. Wasn't he more like a Fantastic Four?
I mean, yeah, he's definitely a Fantastic Four guy. He's definitely an Avengers general guy. And he's definitely like, I think Iron Man level. I love again. This is even though we know the characters of Ant-Man and the Wasp going into this movie pretty well. Like again, this is a movie I'm like almost blind on. Like I know MODOK. I know MODOK's hilarious that they're bringing him in. I'm so excited for that. Kang obviously excited in general, but like
pumped.
I know who these characters are, but I have zero clue what the story of this movie is going to be.
Yeah, no, neither do I. And from what it seems like the trailer, from what I could hear and like make out, there's not a plot point in the teaser trailer. It was just kind of like, here's this, here's that, here's MODOK, here's Kang, here's but I saw a quote from Kevin Feige, and he said there's no one he said there's no one I'd rather trust to helm the next phases than Jonathan Majors. That's the guy that's playing Kang. He was like, because he's going to be playing all the Kang variants. Like it's just him. Like there's not going to be like other actors playing the variants. So and
we saw in Loki,
yeah, exactly. He's he who remains. He's Kang. He'll probably, I think it's like Immortus or Immortal or some other version of Kang. There's like there's
a ton of variants for Kang. I think, and now I don't think we've actually said it, but that was a good time to mention the fact that he said phase 4 through 6 is the multiverse saga.
Yeah,
and I think it's interesting. I'm gonna shout out my friend Will here. I give him a little bit of a hard time because like we were texting about this, right? And we were texting like, oh, like comparing the sagas. So we have the Infinity Saga finished, obviously,
Yeah.
and we have the Multiverse Saga announced, and we're a third through almost. And he made the comment that like, I just wish, this is what he said. He was like, I wish we had more of Kang. I feel like it's being rushed. And I understand the feeling of being rushed, and I think that's due to the oversaturation. But I disagreed with him because if you think about it, we're getting more Kang than we ever did Thanos.
Yeah,
Thanos showed up in a chair in Guardians of the Galaxy, and he showed up to hold a glove in the credit scene of Age of Ultron, and he smirked in the credit scene of the first Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Whereas in the Multiverse Saga, I mean,
we got Kang and
He
Loki.
Who Remains is a pivotal point of the end of season 1 of Loki. He's literally confirmed to be the villain of Quantumania, and then assumably he's going to be a main plot point of season 2 of Loki.
Yeah,
I think he is more involved in this saga than Thanos was before Infinity War.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, we only got really 2 movies of Thanos. Like Kang, and we're gonna get like, I feel like we're gonna in different. I don't know the different movies coming out in Phase 6 other than Fantastic Four and the other ones. We'll get into them, but
I can't wait to talk about it.
But I have a feeling his variants are going to be showing up as the villains in those movies, like King Rama or King Rama Tut or something like that. One of his Egyptian.
I'm very
variants.
impressed you tried to remember as many of these as you could. I just saw a list one day and I was like, nah, F that.
Not
Kang variants.
Well, there's like the Council of Kangs or whatever.
And they're all, you're right. They're their own characters. Like they really, like, to your credit, they are like, each a different kind of, like, one's a Fantastic Four member, I think. One's a, like you said, he's like a pharaoh. Like it's
one's Iron Lad. Is it Nathaniel Richards?
Yes,
right?
Iron Lad. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm just so excited because we're gonna get to see the same actor. We're gonna get the same actor doing multiple roles, but they're all technically the same role, which is really, really cool.
And I mean, Feige's right. He's right. I like that he did it. He killed it as He Who Remains.
He was amazing. He was funny but menacing as He Who Remains, and I feel like he's gonna be terrifying as Kang.
Yeah.
As Kang Prime, I guess.
When you saw your little leak trailer, was there color? Like, could you see Kang? Did he have the purple face?
No, he was regular skin tone. He wasn't purple.
No, but I was actually curious because I don't know. Like, I of course assume they're going to modernize the design, but they really are in the most recent phases. Marvel really is leaning into like classic costume designs. Hell, the Daredevil suit in She-Hulk.
Is like the original. Yeah,
it's insane. I love it. So that's what
that's why I didn't know if they were gonna go because like how they did with Thanos, it was just a mocap suit for Josh Brolin.
Right.
And I mean, I guess you could do that, but I mean, I guess Kang doesn't really have to be an alien because I mean, he's not an alien. He's a dude, right? Like,
he's actually, so Kang the Conqueror is like a 3,000-year generation, but he is a descendant of Reed Richards.
Okay.
So he is
human.
He is a human of some sort down the line kind of thing. Maybe there's some alien mixed in, people have fun. They're screwing around,
Yeah. But I mean, it would make more sense to just let Jonathan Majors kind of be himself rather than dyeing him blue or throwing on some CGI. Like, obviously they had to make Josh Brolin because Thanos is such a
they made him the Titan,
character.
and I like that they made him the Titan. But I agree, like Kang, I think they tested the waters with He Who Remains. Like, He Who Remains is a guy. He is absolutely just a person with the science and knowledge to do the things he does in the finale of Loki.
Yeah.
Whereas Kang the Conqueror is going to be like insane, like a Thanos level like person.
Yeah.
But you can, like, you saw how successful he was as He Who Remains as just a dude. You don't have to make him look like an alien. It's exactly. Okay, he can just be
be menacing through his actions.
Correct. I do hope he has some shenanigans in there though. That's all he has.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
sure
no,
they will.
It's going to be amazing, and it's going to be a great way to kick off this multiverse, or not kick off, but escalate this multiverse saga.
Yes, and I do want to point out that was another thing that I was talking to someone about. But like, so they called this the multiverse saga. I really, I want as much multiverse as we can fathomably get, in this saga, because I assume that's gonna be it. I assume you're gonna finish the saga, and okay, we gotta pump the brakes on this thing a little bit. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
So like, we got Multiverse of Madness, we got No Way Home, Loki season 1 and 2. Quantumania will do some multiverse stuff, assumably. Yep. It's cool. And then at the same time, you're getting stuff like the Disney Plus series that's not Loki, that are all a little more grounded. You know what I mean? Like it's a good mix.
Falcon Winter Soldier, stuff like that. That's more day-to-day superhero stuff.
Right. To move on to another thing.
Yeah.
All right. I want to say I was really excited that we gotten to record. We were supposed to record yesterday, but I was playing video games. But over the weekend while I was at the beach, I read Secret Invasion. I read the whole book.
Nice.
And I've had it for like, I don't know, at least a year, if not more. But I read it after they announced Secret Invasion was a spring title. I was like, all right, gotta get this under my belt so I know what's going on. And I gotta say, after reading the book, hot take, not a hugely great book. Just saying. But it is a good story, and I think Secret Invasion could be the best Disney Plus Marvel show. Like,
yeah,
ever.
I'm very excited with. I mean, I didn't know much about it, like especially the scrolls. I saw Captain Marvel once, and I was kind of like,
right.
And so I don't really have too much of a background on the scrolls and stuff like that. But from what I've like heard of and seen in like what they were in Far From Home, right?
Yeah.
And Far From Home. I have a feeling this is gonna be like I don't know the right word, but like they're gonna revisit past MCU things. You're gonna be like, oh my god, that guy was a Skrull. Oh my gosh, that lady was a Skrull. Like,
right. I'm really, so that's that's the kind of stuff that I'm excited for, because yes, if they do this right, it could be so good. And like the idea that like, whether it was from the blip or whether it was before the blip, like I'm excited to see who they say has been a Skrull, right? And that's the thing that can make this such a good show, is that every week you can have a new revelation of like, oh, like, yep, Maria Hill's been a Skrull the whole time. Oh, yep, Cat Marvel's been a Skrull since 2010.
I have a feeling the DODC agent's a Skrull guy.
That's a good one. I would not have, although he would have. That makes sense. Especially because they worked. Yeah, I totally believe that.
I have a feeling.
But that actually, yeah, I like that theory. But that actually goes into something I'm a little worried about, which is one of the things that makes Secret Invasion, the book, so interesting, is that it really is like an Avengers movie level story, because absolutely anyone can be a Skrull. So the thing I'm trying to say is it really needs like an Avengers budget to be as insane as it can be.
Yeah.
Because if you come in and you tell me, oh, hey, here's 10 shield agents you've never heard of. 8 of them were Skrulls. I'm going to be like, okay, I don't really care. But if you come in and you're like, yo, Clint Barton has been a Skrull since his whole family blipped. He went AWOL. No one could find him. Someone pretended to be him this whole time. Like,
that would be cool. Yeah,
I would be like, that's insane.
What? Yeah.
And so,
which I have a feeling they might pull something like that. Like they might pull some crazy stunt like that. Like,
I just hope that they take it to that level is basically what I'm trying to ask.
And it's not just like the DODC guy and the
but like that would be a great like a guy like that is like a great, oh, he's a Skrull. I'm like, okay, like sweet. We met him like 3 years ago. Didn't know that. That's cool. I love that. But I do want a little more kick in the pants kind of a thing. Like,
yeah. Anything else on
I guess
Invasion?
Not really, but it's just I really do think it has huge potential.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it.
I'm more excited for it now.
I unplugged my headphones.
I'm more excited for it now that it's getting closer, because when they first announced it, I was kind of like, oh, what is this? Like, but it seems like it's going to be a very, from what you've said about the book, it seems like it's going to be a very, hopefully, kick in the pants type show. But
yeah, exactly. I'm excited. A lot of like cross fingers, hopes and prayers. No, not that.
Yeah. Guardians Volume 3.
Yeah, I don't really know what else to say, just because I guess we could talk about the things they talked about. They showed Adam Warlock, which is awesome.
I love that they chose Will Poulter, I think is his name.
Dude, good for that guy.
He's a really good actor. Like,
I know.
He was supposed to be Pennywise. Like, he was supposed to be he was originally cast as Pennywise, but then the director fell out and they picked Bill Skarsgård.
Okay.
But I'm happy they're bringing in Adam Warlock into the and it seems like from Volume 2 he's going to start out as sort of a quasi villain, and
I agree,
and then sort of mesh into like, oh, now I need to team up with the Guardians. Like,
I definitely get very similar vibes actually to how we talked about Hercules, right? Like, kind of an Act 1 villain of the movie, and then a team up situation happening later. Definitely I could see him being like a Legends, kind of like he's gonna helm the next Guardians of the Galaxy crew kind of a thing. Like, I don't know, I'm excited. His character, again, going off of like insane 80s comic book stuff, like his character has never been grounded. He is just an absolute like maniac. I mean, he like buoyancy, like it's just, he was like the main
wielder of the Infinity Gauntlet in the Infinity, the original Infinity Saga or something like that, right?
He was the main. I want to say it was Infinity Wars, which was the second book in that trilogy or something. Yes, to answer your question, yes, like he's insanely powerful. He's basically a god. Like, like I think he's better than a Thor level god. Like, he is a very powerful being, so it's very exciting. And again, now this makes sense because the Guardians are, a super cosmic group of people, right? So it makes sense that they're going to butt heads with Adam Warlock. Sorry, my brain's farting a little bit. It makes sense that they're going to butt heads a little bit, but at the same time, like, no one on the Guardians power level is anywhere near Adam Warlock.
No, he's like god tier. Like,
yes, it's almost like if they wanted to go fight Captain Marvel. Like,
exactly, yeah.
It really is. It's insane. So it's exciting. Again, it's just an exciting pair up, and I have no idea where the story's going to go.
Yeah, obviously,
I think a lot of people are going to die. I think a lot of people are going to die.
I have a feeling that we're going to get they're probably going to get rid of Peter Quill. Probably going to get rid of Rocket. I have a feeling Rocket's going to get not die, but I feel like he might just just kind of go do his own thing with Groot or something.
So no, I get what you're saying.
But and then because I feel like they're going to keep doing the Guardians or some sort of Guardians, maybe introduce like Nova and just have like Nebula and Adam Warlock and I don't know whoever else.
I think they're just gonna keep going, like, as far as like Marvel's Guardians is concerned. But like, I think Drax is gonna die. I think he's gonna do the sacrifice play.
Drax,
I think Rocket is gonna not die, but kind of walk off to do his own thing, kind of walk off into the sunset, kind of a thing. And I think Peter Quill is kind of the wild card here. I think he could die. I hope he doesn't, and instead settles down with Gamora.
Yeah.
But also it's not his Gamora, so I don't know if that makes sense. It's
in the trailer. It looks like Gamora's a Ravenger, or something along, because she's in with the Ravengers, and they're like Gamora, and she like walks out of the thing wearing red. So I think she might be a Ravenger, or maybe was captured by the Ravengers. I don't know, but
I mean, she left to go do her own thing in the galaxy. That totally works.
Yeah.
That totally works. I'm excited. I don't really know what else to say, to be honest. I just there's a lot to look forward to with that movie, and I'm pretty scared of it being pretty sad.
Just quick tidbits before we get to the big announcements of Phase 6.
Yes.
They had a little sneak peek of Spider-Man freshman year, not like just like screenshots of it.
Yes.
Looks pretty cool.
I think it looks cool. It's conflicting reports because it was originally announced as a MCU canon show on his origin,
And now it's
most certainly not.
Yeah, no.
It's absolutely not canon. He apparently is learning the ropes from Norman Osborn, I think is what I read, like instead of with Iron Man. I saw the costumes and they all look it looks like a great show. I'm excited. It's not canon. No. It is for sure not
Which
canon.
I'm kind of excited. I mean, I think it's cool. Like they just kind of
maybe it's multiverse. Like I could see that. Yeah. But yeah, definitely not canon.
X-Men 97 looks pretty cool. They
I didn't see anything new on that.
They released screenshots of like the characters. I mean, it's the same characters from the 90s cartoon.
Gotta watch that. I gotta watch that.
I've watched a few episodes here and there, but nothing.
I mean, it's from 97, so it's probably not the greatest, but it's probably a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's very goofy, but it also is kind of serious. Like there's like one of the first episodes. I mean, spoilers, but it's a cartoon from the 90s. Morph dies. Like Morph gets killed by one of the Sentinels. I guess he's some B-list X-Men. But I think you froze that.
I don't even know what Morph is.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, I just lost you.
It's hold on.
Okay.
There you go. Yep. It like took a second to
just catch its breath.
Yep. But they killed off this Morph character, and I was kind of like, ooh, what's kind of dark for kids' morning Saturday cartoons.
That's the show we're going with. All right, let's do
it. Yeah. They also released a screenshot of the Marvel Zombies cast.
I did not see that. I saw Zombies was like reconfirmed as its own show. That's it.
Yeah. I had a picture of it. It's got to be I'm not gonna be able to find it now, but I know one of the people in it that's going to be one of the main characters is Kamala Khan. So I thought that's pretty cool. She's going to be one of the zombie hunters.
Okay. Are we going to get Kamala Khan and Peter Parker teaming up in that? That would be pretty
cool. Yeah. I don't know if this is going to be canon. I probably highly doubt it will be.
Well, I assume it's the same universe.
Like What If?
In What If? Yeah. Like, which isn't. It's obviously not our MCU, but it's
tied in with
What If,
similar characters. And What If season 2?
That's this year, right?
Yep. There's going to be an episode. It seems like that's going to be Captain Carter versus Hydra Winter Soldier Steve Rogers. Because they found the iron
because he was the one experimented on in the Hydra Stomper.
Yep. And
all right.
So apparently that's going to be something like that. And then there's going to be an episode of it's going to be What If 1602, and it's going to be Marvel Universe in like the 1600s, like the
yes. That is very much a comic 1602. Okay. So hearing you say that out loud is see, this is what I love about today's MCU is just, yo, what's a comic? Let's do it.
What's a crazy comic that probably no one's ever heard of and maybe like 30 people read? Oh, this one. Yeah.
Did you look up any pictures of it? Like it's like Spider-Man 1602 was literally, so instead of being a wrestler, he was an actor. And everyone just thought like, and in Shakespeare, he was a Shakespearean actor on a play. And so everyone thinks he's just like using
props or what? Yeah.
Backstage things. I don't know. I'm not a theater person, but you know what I'm trying to say? It's all theater magic, like in a Shakespeare play. And it's like, no, he's actually spinning webs and crawling up the walls. It's just, it's the goofiest freaking thing ever. So hearing that's an episode is fantastic.
It's gonna be great. Yeah.
It's great.
But yeah, other than that, I mean, the one for phase 5, the one thing I noticed is they changed the title of the Agatha Harkness show. It's now called Agatha Coven of Chaos, which pretty cool.
I'm okay with it because wasn't it supposed to be
Agatha House of Harkness? Yeah.
And I was like, okay, you forced an alliteration, right? Because Harkness, like I don't know. I like Coven of Chaos. That's cool.
Yeah.
And honestly, like I'm not hugely excited for Agatha's show, but at the same time, I do love that actress and am willing to watch it for sure.
And I have a feeling that like the first couple episodes are going to be like in the Salem witch trials, like how it was in not the Salem witch trials, but you know, like the 1600s, 1700s, whenever that was.
I'm sure the first at least.
And then I have a feeling the next episodes might take place after WandaVision.
I agree. I think it's very much going to like a little before, a little after, kind of get a little more Agatha. My question is, and this has kind of been my problem with the show as a whole, is like, where is it going to go? Like, Agatha's the straight up villain right now, right? Like, are they going to redeem her? Does she become a hero, an anti? Is she going to be the Thunderbolts Doctor Strange? That would be interesting.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
You could
I didn't even
sell
think
me
about
if
that.
that's what you do. Yeah. My problem isn't with the show. And this is kind of an unfortunate MCU side effect. My problem is with what's your end game with this show.
There's so much going on that's in continuity with each other. Then where is this going to fit in with everything?
And I like to use as an example, as like a devil's advocate for myself, is Moon Knight. Moon Knight is very much self-centered in its own could be its own universe, right? But it works because there's so much going on with Moon Knight, and we don't have another Moon Knight. Whereas Agatha is literally just another version of the Scarlet Witch and not as powerful. So like, who cares about Agatha right now, right? Like, that's really the main thing. Like, if we had never gotten a witch show of any kind, that would make this 10 times more interesting. We have. It was pretty well received. I liked it a lot. WandaVision's great. What is this going to show? What is this show going to do that's different? And that's kind of the interesting thing. But like I just said, and I spoke it into existence, if she goes on to be a Thunderbolt, that'd be freaking awesome. That would
be awesome. Yeah.
That'd be great.
That'd be sweet. I just about to say something, but I forget what it was. All right.
Moving
on.
So the only other phase 5 things, so we have the Marvels, which I don't really have too much to say because we talked about it so much with Miss Marvels.
Yeah.
I mean, excited. It's good next year.
Yeah.
A July movie.
Yeah.
Great July pick. We got Ironheart. I think Ironheart is the thing. I think that's what I'm most looking forward to on Disney Plus next year.
Yeah, it's
Secret Invasion or Ironheart.
Ironheart, yeah. I mean,
kind of skipped over Echo, but like,
oh yeah, I kind of forgot about that.
You know what's funny is Echo would be a lot bigger if Daredevil wasn't announced, because all Daredevil's going to be
in Echo.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, okay, just more of that. And the thing I'll say about Echo is I actually just kind of listened to another podcast about this and looked up a little bit more. Echo was actually fairly significant in Secret Wars. Not Secret Wars, Secret Invasion. I think if they flesh her out, she can be a much better character. I just didn't really care for her in Hawkeye.
Yeah, I feel like it was just more of a side thing.
So I really hope she kind of gets. I feel like we've talked about redemption a lot today. I really hope she gets the redemption she deserves.
Yeah. Also, one thing we forgot to mention completely was the Captain America New World Order.
Yeah.
Which I have no idea what that's gonna.
I know I have refused to look up anything.
Yeah.
Because of laziness, really. But I have no idea what that is. Like, so obviously we got Sam Wilson getting his movie. Well deserved, theatrical, dope. I don't know. New World Order is definitely a reference to. I believe someone says New World Order in the finale of Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Okay.
I think someone says like this is the New World Order.
So it'll be kind of like another government-esque, like almost like a Winter Soldier type movie.
I think this is the direct sequel to Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Okay.
I think that New World Order, personally, my theory is that it's referencing Agent 13, not Peggy Carter, her niece Carter. I forget her name.
Oh yeah. The one that's not the cartel,
but she's the new like Kingpin.
Yeah.
I think she is the New World Order. I think this. So that's what I think. This is a direct sequel to Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which is interesting. I'm excited. Yeah. I'm excited for Captain America. Like that's all I need to hear. Hearing that there's a Captain America movie has me excited.
Yeah. Get probably some more Madripoor. that
Yes.
city, that like
Yeah,
Hong
yeah,
Kong
yeah.
city. That's pretty cool.
Give me more of and then Baron Zemo, who is
Yeah.
absolutely going to be in the Thunderbolts,
Oh
is
yes.
for sure. I think looking at these movies, like it's so funny. I'm not really not excited for any of them except maybe Echo and at a certain extent Agatha.
Yeah.
But like this is crazy. We finally have a team up movie that's not Avengers, and it is the end of this phase.
And it's gonna be it's Marvel Suicide Squad. Like I feel like they can't. I mean, they can mess it up, but I feel like it's MCU. They can't really mess this up. Like,
the thing is, I don't think they announced the director, right?
no, not yet.
I think that's going to be huge
Mm-hmm.
because just like how Suicide Squad was supposed to be off of Guardians of the Galaxy, and then just how the Suicide Squad was James Gunn, like
Yeah.
I think you do kind of have to go with a James Gunn style
Yeah.
movie
For this type. Yeah.
For
It's got to have more humor than seriousness in it. You know what I mean?
Or
Mhm.
just completely other side it, and it's got to be an R-rated like John Wick style movie.
I mean, it honestly could if they're gonna bring in Deadpool, they're gonna have to start making R-rated movies.
So I don't think we've really talked about it yet, but that is the thing. I'm really disappointed that we didn't.
I have a feeling it's gonna be one of those empty slots in Phase 6.
I know, and I know patience is a virtue, but god damn it, Brandon.
I mean, we got a month till D23. It's more than likely gonna be announced then. I have a feeling a lot of those empty slots might be announced
in Phase 6 or sorry, D23.
Yeah,
I hope so. Because I like I said, patience is a virtue, and I am wearing thin on Deadpool, man. I need it. I need it so bad.
Especially, I mean, I feel like. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. I
have a feeling they're not going to mess it up. Like they
know,
know,
and that's the thing.
They know the fans want that gritty, R-rated, dirty, like, you know.
I am actually fairly confident right now in the MCU doing Deadpool 3. I just am I think I'm most nervous about just time passing, and Ryan Reynolds isn't an old guy, but like I could see him just kind of getting bored with the character, to be quite honest.
Yeah, if they wait too long and everything. Yeah.
Exactly. I think Deadpool 3 will be the last Deadpool movie, and then he could cameo the hell out of whenever he wants to.
Yeah. That would be the best case scenario. Because I mean, you can't really fit him in anywhere else. Like, you know what I mean? Like you can't really. I mean,
I did like your comment on the Thunderbolts. I would love it.
Oh,
I would love it.
Yeah, you could throw him in the Thunderbolts, but I feel like you couldn't throw him in an Avengers movie. You couldn't throw him in.
Not really.
You know what I mean? Like it would be way too hard. He's way too goofy, way too crazy of a character to throw in with, serious ass not Doctor Strange. Like having Shuri and Deadpool talk. Like that would be such a you know what I mean? Like
I do want to say though, like the last thing about Deadpool.
Yep.
Because I won't do it too much. I know I'm being goofy a little bit. I'm just I want it so much. But I have gotten to the point where I think we get Deadpool in something else before Deadpool 3.
Yeah.
Do you think I guess the blatant question is, do you have any ideas or what do you hope? What do you think he could show up in beforehand? I really do think it's going to be one of two things. I think we either get a cameo in She-Hulk somehow because they're breaking the fourth wall together.
Yeah.
Or just straight up part of the Thunderbolts. I quite honestly did not think of that before you said it, but I'm running with it. I love it so much.
I could totally see him in the Thunderbolts. I was praying for a cameo in Multiverse of Madness, like when they were shooting through all those, like even if it was just like
I really thought he was gonna be the credit scene. I really thought he was gonna be like, you missed me or something. I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, I could totally see Thunderbolts, even if he's not a main character, just like they're recruiting the Thunderbolts and like he's one of the recruits and they're like, nah, he's too crazy. What
would be hilarious if they're doing like a recruiting montage for the Thunderbolts and they straight up do the scene from X-Men First Class with the Wolverine.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Except Deadpool's sitting at a bar, someone walks up to him to recruit him, and he says, "Fuck off," and then they just reenact that scene,
that would be amazing,
perfect.
And then like he looks at the camera like "suck it, Hugh" or something like that. Like
he would absolutely like wink at it or say like, exactly.
No, I could see that. I could I could,
hire me and I will write these for you, Marvel. But yeah, no. So I Thunderbolts. I think the craziest thing about this is there really is no character set in stone, except I think the only guarantee is US Agent, right? Like,
he said not Kurt Russell, Wyatt Russell, the guy who plays US Agent. He said so far they have not contacted him about the movie.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's 2 years over 2 years away, or no, under 2 years away. But like, I mean, I don't know.
I he's gonna be in it, obviously. I mean, they set it up at the end of of Falcon and Winter Soldier. But
I could totally see, I think, him side by side with Winter Soldier leading the team. Like,
and then
like Winter Soldier's the guy who doesn't want to be there. He's the guy we recognize as the MCU fans.
Yeah, and he'll be like the Rick Flag almost. Like,
yes.
Oh, sorry to be still your.
No, I was thinking it. I wasn't actually going to say it. He's going to be the Rick Flag of Suicide Squad. Is what you're saying, right? Exactly right. I just, dude, the rest of the cast could be absolutely anyone. Like any.
Throw in some random villain or I mean, like. As long as I mean, obviously, not obviously, but I feel like definitely Abomination will be in it.
Yes,
if they're bringing back Emil Blonsky or whatever his name is.
It's a matter of what it really comes down to is what is going to be the story of the Thunderbolts, because the Thunderbolts as a comic has been multiple things. A major component, like you said, very Suicide Squad-esque, where when the government's in control, they basically someone's at the controls, someone's at the helm, and they're steering these villains into, a constructive use of their powers, right?
Yeah.
And that's a well-known thing. There's also been times where Thunderbolts pretended to be heroes. They were villains just straight up like, we're tired of the villain game. We're trying to pretend we're heroes. And they, of course, have a sinister plot. But like, it's my point being is I think the cast is going to heavily depend on what the actual story is. And again, it completely, if you have that R-rated gritty movie, like I could see it just being like a villain controlling the world situation.
Yeah. If
we go with the Guardians of the Galaxy or the Suicide Squad goofiness, I think we're gonna get just straight up goofiness. I don't know. It's a tough call on who's it gonna be.
Yeah.
I really want that bullet in now, but I'm just that's fine. It's fine. I'm just gonna let go. I don't look. I'm looking at my list, and I mean, I guess we didn't really talk about Blade, but
there's not much really right now. Yeah,
right. Mahershala Ali is gonna be awesome, and I'm so pumped that's coming out next year.
I mean, it'll definitely have a tie-in with not Eternals, but Black Knight. Kit Harington.
I could unfortunately for him see him being like a side character again without powers. Like he's just a major, like a actual side character in the movie, but not quite Black Knight yet still. Like,
no, yeah. I think at the end he'll probably like full suit Black Knight it up.
Something like that. Or maybe he's just Black. I don't know. I don't do you think so? Blade, the biggie, obviously being he's a vampire hunter. Yep. Do you think Dracula's in it?
Now that's there's rumor that the guy who plays Homelander is getting cast to be Dracula, which would be amazing.
That would be phenomenal. That would be phenomenal.
That's the rumor out right now that I think his name's Anthony Starr or something like that. That he's being cast. He's being recruited to play Dracula.
10 out of 10. Do it.
He would be perfect.
Or you know what? Like I'm not convinced they're gonna actually go with Dracula. Like,
it could just be a vampire.
But him as the lead vampire antagonist in Blade would be amazing. Yeah, it would be amazing.
He's just terrifying in general.
Yes, absolutely.
Put some fangs on him and make it even worse.
I'm pumped. I'm pumped. Yeah. I really am, and I think that's really all that's it. Like I'm just excited in general for it, and I don't. Yeah.
You want to move on to phase 6
let's get
for a
into
little
phase
bit?
6. Yeah, I think the big thing. So obviously,
Starting off with the Big Bang.
so there's 8 unannounced movies. I think is the key thing to start.
Oh.
Like the only thing official is that the start of phase 6 is Fantastic Four.
Yep.
That's awesome. We got a date, 2024. Again, 2 years, a little over because of November 2024. That's great. I'm glad we got that date, because it just, like I said, when I didn't see phase 4 in the phase 4, when I didn't see Fantastic Four in the phase 5 lineup, my heart sank a little bit.
Yeah.
I saw this right back up. I was like, okay, good. It is actually coming. Like that made me extremely happy just to know that. And a lot of rumors.
Still no cast yet. Yeah.
So that's what I was gonna, the rumor, like the latest rumor is that the cast is going to be at D23.
I have a feeling. I had a feeling they would wait until Disney's own Comic-Con to release that. But
and we didn't talk about that yet. But like, I was like, this was a huge Comic-Con, right? Like they went all out with this.
I mean, look at the 3rd title. I mean, that's insane. Yeah,
exactly. And my thing is, they kept stuff for D23. So like, it has to be like what is in the barrel for D23 is the.
I have a feeling X-Men.
I know, dude. I hope it's something like that, because that would be huge. If Deadpool 3 is at D23, if X-Men in general is at D23, yep. I don't know.
Yeah, but I saw a thing. The one theory channel I watch. They like filled out each blank date with what it could be, and one of them was like Deadpool 3. One of them was 3 series of Disney Plus shows like Cyclops, Wolverine, and I think Rogue Storm. They had 2 Spider-Man movies on there. One of them being another Tom Holland. One of them being a Miles Morales movie.
Right.
After Secret Wars. And then Midnight Suns.
Yes, I think Midnight Suns is definitely
because that's Blade, Ghost Rider, Moon Knight.
Yep.
All those guys. So Black Knight, I think. No, maybe not. But
so we haven't. So I'm glad you brought this up. We haven't talked about I feel like the elephant in the room is Spider-Man, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't at Comic-Con except for freshman year. He's definitely look, I'd love it to happen, but he's not going to be at D23. There's no way Disney talks about Spider-Man when they don't own him, right?
Yeah.
Like that's Sony's announcement to make. I'm just shocked. Like that would have been something worked with them at Comic-Con, I think. It's a bit of a bummer, but as a Spider-Man fan, I'm trying to be okay with it because No Way Home was what it was. It was awesome. It was exciting. We got the Spider-Verse movies on the way and they're going to be great. But looking at this awesome lineup of the Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, I could see Spider-Man not coming up again in an MCU movie until Avengers Secret Wars.
I could totally see it. I mean, it makes sense because I feel like that way they could introduce Miles Morales into the MCU before Secret Wars, because isn't he like a major part of Secret Wars?
So yes, he is.
Version.
Yes, he is. But that's what I so. Again, not to go into the things that suck, but the Sony Disney contract has 1 movie left, and that's it. So that's what I think. Basically,
they're going to save it for that,
right? And maybe like what I hope is that they work something out. I hope they work out another contract or something before Secret Wars, so we get more Spider-Man. I want Miles Morales, like you're saying. That's what I want more of that. But I could also see that if they can't figure something out, Disney's like, well, we'll have them for Secret Wars.
Yeah. I honestly think Kevin Feige should go down and slap whoever runs Sony and says, you made Morbius. That was dog shit. Give us our character back. Like,
I couldn't agree more. I hate Sony right now. And it's so funny because like, I don't want Disney to just buy Marvel or whatever, but it's just like, just, oh my God, you guys
just give us the rights back to Spider-Man. Like, You can keep Venom. You can keep Morbius. You can keep all them. Make
Just
9
let us
million
have
Venom
free
movies.
reign.
Yeah, like
All right. But to go, I have some theory. I have a theory, and it's my theory as a comic book person about Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. I don't think I've texted you this. I'm really excited about it. So, Kang Dynasty, as you guys just saw on the timeline, Kang Dynasty is going to be Avengers, the next Avengers movie. It's going to be in May of 2025, and then Secret Wars is going to be what is that? Sixth Avengers movie, the next one, and it's going to be the same year. It's going to be fall, November of 2025, same year, right? So I think you're looking at this timeline. You're thinking to yourself, well, obviously Kang's going to win in Kang Dynasty, setting up Secret Wars is probably what hey, Brent, that's what everyone's thinking. And I'm here to tell you,
you're wrong.
This is why you're wrong. So what I think's going to happen, and there's a key to this theory, and that key is right there up front in that Fantastic Four movie. So Secret Wars, the comics, which I also have here, right? This one, Secret Wars, the one with the multiverse and the incursions that talk about in Multiverse of Madness. It's run by Dr. Doom, and everyone's like, Kang's gonna be the villain because he's the villain of the multiverse. Kang's gonna be in charge. It's all Kang's look, he's got a dynasty coming up, right? It's all Kang's world. We're just living in it. You're not wrong. But what you're wrong about Secret Wars is everyone's like, oh, Kang's gonna take over, and they're not gonna use Doom. And I'm here to tell you why that's wrong. And that's because what they're gonna set up, I think, and this is my theory, straight up, just from me reading, is I think reading comics, not theories. I think the Kang Dynasty is going to be this badass movie where Kang is setting up to win, right? He's setting up his whole dynasty, his whole thing. You get the Legion of Kangs, what is it called? I forget.
Council of Kangs.
Council of Kangs, thank you. And you know, it's gonna look like they can't win, or the Avengers can't win, but they actually somehow pull it off.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, they didn't lose. And what's going to happen is I think Dr. Doom is going to swoop in and do what Kang was going to do.
Yeah.
Like the Avengers are going to stop Kang from doing it. Kang is going to try to set up Secret Wars. The Avengers are going to stop him, and Doom is going to, like, basically he's the one that's going to press the button. He's going to be like, he's going to flip you off and press the button anyway.
It's happening. And
I think it's still going to be Dr. Doom running Secret Wars.
I mean, I can totally see it. That's what I was going to talk. That's what I wanted to bring up is who do you think is going to be the mastermind behind the incursion? Like,
I think it is. I think it's Doom because I think it's very important.
They're starting out with Fantastic Four.
Like, it's so important that Fantastic Four is
starting out the phase of Fantastic Four.
Kevin Feige is a manipulative son of a bitch, and he loves playing the game.
Oh, yeah.
And I think he did this very much on purpose. He wants you to think Kang is going to win in the Kang Dynasty. He wants you to think that's what's going to happen. Where he's actually saying is, hey, we're going to introduce the Secret Wars villain right there in that other movie.
Right. We're gonna kind of just shuffle him in under the radar, and then Kang's gonna get defeated, and Doom's gonna come out like, now my turn.
I am so excited for MCU Doctor Doom. Brendan, I would love to show you something. I don't know if you've seen this. It's I don't think this is what they're gonna do. No, that's not what it's called. Sorry, this is me trying to search for a picture to show you, and I'm not gonna find it probably. This works. This is kind of it. This is a bad picture, but just copy the link. Okay. Sorry, dead air. I know.
Oh, you're good.
This is kind of almost unrelated to this, but it's Doctor Doom, and I would love. I'm curious. I'm trying to send this to you to see what your opinion is, but I would love if they go with this Doctor Doom design. And the design is an old Iron Man suit that Victor Von Doom basically uses as his suit of armor.
I actually just saw this the other day.
Really?
Like this picture, yeah.
So this happens in the comics after Doctor Doom, who is well established way before this happens, but Doctor Doom thinks for whatever reason, it's up to him to take on the role of Iron Man after Iron Man dies at one point in the comics. So he uses an old silver Iron Man armor and basically just puts his Doctor Doom cloak on top of it. And
that would be awesome.
And I think for the MCU being so established in Stark Industries, it would make sense if that's like the Mark 1 of Doctor Doom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know, like,
and then later on he gets like the full on mask and everything. Yeah.
He turns like,
now. Do you think this is what they'd have in Fantastic Four? Like, I'm guessing Doctor Doom's gonna be the main villain in Fantastic Four. You know, like.
Right. So that's kind of how I feel is I think this would be his Mark 1 suit in Fantastic Four. And then maybe like kind of his credit scene is him getting his actual Doctor Doom mask.
Yeah.
And then that's what he uses in Secret Wars and Kang Dynasty.
Yeah.
I kind of, it's actually not even an I actually hope this is what they start with.
Yeah.
I mean, love this design.
With the costume designs they've been going with, I could totally see this being a thing because they haven't been going completely accurate with what everybody wants with every costume. You know what I mean? So
right.
I could totally see.
I do like when in Secret Wars, he is God of Secret Wars or whatever he calls himself. He'll have the Doom mask. Like that's the thing is I love the idea that it's the Iron Man suit in his first appearance, like a Mark 1, and then he makes his own Doom suit, mask, all that as the movie goes on, or kind of a thing. Like
that would be awesome.
It just feels MCU. Like I just love that idea.
No,
and that's really all I'm excited. I'm very excited.
That would be beyond incredible. One thing I heard a theory of what the Kang Dynasty movie is gonna be about. I mean, obviously, it's gonna be about the Kang Dynasty, but like the plot of the movie is gonna be. I've heard theories. People think it's gonna be similar to Endgame, where they have to go back in time but like they have to split into groups and defeat each Kang throughout time. You know what I mean? Like
that sounds so cool.
Which would be awesome. Like I heard some people were like, "That's stupid. They're just gonna redo Endgame," but like, not really. You're going back and fighting different versions of the same guy. Like
right.
So like,
I think you're. I think that's going to be somehow related to what happens. I don't think it's going to be as similar to Endgame as people would imagine, because Feige I think won't miss like that. I think that's too much. But he's a time traveling guy. Like that's his whole shtick. So time traveling makes sense. I don't think you're just gonna revisit movies like we did in Endgame, which was a nostalgia fest that we all loved. To me, it would be more like you're going to see things we hadn't seen before. Like maybe, if there was something done and Spider-Man shows up in Kang Dynasty too, like maybe you see him get bit by the spider, something like I could see stuff like that in Kang Dynasty time travel. Like rather than rinse and repeat, you see stuff that we assumed or missed.
Yeah. And like they're saying like, they split up multiple people of the Avengers because there's going to be so many more characters now. So like one group goes and fights Immortus. I forget what the hell his name is, but the one character,
I'm still impressed, by the way.
I've just been watching a lot of theory videos. That's how I know all these names. And then the Egyptian one, and then the other Kang. But then there's going to be the main new Avengers, like Captain America or new Captain America, and all them fighting Kang Prime, like the big cheese.
Yes,
on or wherever.
It's funny. I don't know what this will be the first Avengers movie, right? Like since Endgame, this is going to be the first time I think we technically get the Avengers together. I could see people calling themselves the Avengers that aren't Avengers. You know what I mean? Like the Thunderbolts are calling themselves Avengers. I could see, Kamala Khan and other youngsters being the young Avengers, and they're just calling themselves that. And then like Doctor Strange shows up, like, what are we doing? What are those? Like he's
why do we have children fighting these people? Like,
so I think that's gonna be one of the best things about Kang Dynasty is the absolute like disheveled, like
it's gonna be chaos.
Yes, exactly.
Just gonna be straight up chaos. And I could totally see like Doctor Strange, like, what is happening? Why are we sending children to fight this madman? Like We should all be binding together to, you know.
You're too young. You're too young. You're
Yeah.
too young. You sit down. You stand up. What's happening?
Why don't you go home and watch Coco Melon?
He is, and I do think he is going to be a key component to
Oh yeah.
both of these Avengers movies. I think it was announced that Kang Dynasty's director is the Shang-Chi director.
Yes.
Which is awesome.
Awesome.
I mean,
that was an amazing movie. So
great movie.
Yeah.
So I am absolutely excited for that. I am still holding on to my fan theory that Secret Wars is going to be Sam Raimi. I still think.
I would. Did you hear the theory of Fantastic Four? That it's going to be acted / directed by John Krasinski.
I did see that one. I really like that theory. Yeah. I'm not so sure. I think Krasinski is going to be him anymore.
I don't. Yeah, I think it was more of just.
But we talked about that. Thing. I would if Krasinski's in it, let him direct it.
Yeah,
let him do it.
There's one guy. The guy who played 50 Shades of Grey.
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
Jamie Dornan, I think that's who he was. He's apparently in talks to be Johnny Storm. Johnny Storm, right?
Okay.
No, is that
how old
Johnny
is he? Is he like 30s?
He's like he's probably like mid 30s.
He's probably like
probably
a guy.
90. No.
Yeah. He's about 21, below 45, give or take.
I've heard he's in talks. Johnny Storm, right? That's
he's Human Torch.
Okay. For some reason, I was gonna say Johnny Blaze, but I was like, no, that's Ghost Rider.
There you go. You go.
But also Ryan Reynolds really wants to play Ghost Rider, which I think would, or not Ryan Reynolds, not Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Gosling.
Oh,
really wants to play Ghost Rider, which I think would be pretty cool.
That's got to be another remember the story that Mahershala Ali called up Feige, was like, I would love to be Blade, and he was like,
go right ahead. Yeah,
let's do it. I think if Ryan Gosling is chirping in your ear that he'll be Ghost Rider, you make that call.
Sign me up. Yeah,
you make that call.
You may. Yes, you do.
I would love that. I would absolutely love that. I do think, regardless of who it is, I think Secret Wars director is definitely going to be someone we've seen before.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's going to be the Russo brothers. I kind of have a feeling they want to take a step away from Marvel because they're doing their own thing now. So I
think they could come back, and I think they would kill Secret Wars.
They would do. I mean, they did amazing with Infinity War and Endgame, but I have a feeling they're going to be like, nah, we did our bit, we did our thing, let someone else take the helm.
It kind of feels like it would be cheating to the multiverse saga, right? Like they were the Infinity Saga, and they did a great. Like, I want to see someone who we like in the multiverse saga take that mantle, take that helm.
And I mean, right now we're at all new directors for the multiverse saga because John Watts dropped out for Fantastic Four because he's the one that did all the Spider-Man movies.
Yep.
So I mean, right now we're at a fresh start with directors.
And James Gunn's not gonna I think James Gunn, like,
and minus James Gunn, I guess, but
so he's coming back to finish what he started. He's not gonna do Thunderbolts, although he could. Like, he's not gonna do Secret Wars, although he could. Like he could do those things and they'd be great, but he will not. Like, there's you already said today, like, he's done with Marvel, and that's fine. It's like good for him. Like, it's going to be an interesting pick, and I think it's going to be that's why, like, the Sam Raimi thing. Like, I'm slightly joking, but I think it makes sense. I see this being a semi sequel to Doctor Strange. So just like how you could argue Infinity War was a semi sequel to Civil War. It made sense to have the Russo brothers do it.
Yeah. I'm all down for Sam Raimi coming back. I mean, I love the Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, I agree. It's gonna be a ride, dude. It's gonna be a ride.
So much coming. So in so little time.
I know. I was just gonna, like, I'm looking at the Phase 6 lineup again, and I'm just like, I guess my last thing was we hit everything, and I was just gonna say, like, what do you think could come that we didn't talk about? But even that, like, we talked about X-Men properties. We talked about,
I mean, I
Deadpool
feel
3.
They definitely have to bring in the X-Men if they're going to do Secret Wars, because, like, Aren't they a big part of Secret War? Like
I mean, it's absolutely everyone. Yeah, I definitely think so. I think
because they're gonna have the Fantastic Four, they're gonna have all the new Avengers, possibly old event. You know what I mean? Like you never know. They could bring back other dimensional Steve Rogers, and it's Chris Evans. You know what I mean? Like they could totally pull some shit like that.
I definitely
think they're gonna have everyone in this movie.
I definitely think Secret Wars is going to have all those cameos that we thought we were going to get with Multiverse of Madness. I think Chris Evans shows up as the Human Torch. I think Tom Cruise shows up as Iron Man. Like that's the movie where you get that stuff because
it's such a major event.
It is exactly. To your point through the X-Men, I could also see I think the X-Men will be introduced. I really do in Phase 6. I really think especially we already got the mutant drop in Miss Marvel. We need more X-Men. But I could see them also being more of an impact in Phase 7 because I do think the next Avengers title in Phase 7 is going to be Avengers vs. X-Men.
Yeah.
Which was a major comic book in 2000, I think 12-ish, maybe 14-ish, give or take. And with X-Men going to be full force at that point, you could see every character having a show, every other X-Men, every other movie being whatever it is. I could see the next Avengers movie after that just straight up being Avengers versus X-Men and being an awesome title.
Yeah.
But for the rest of Phase 6, I don't know. Do we get Shang-Chi 2?
Probably get a Shang-Chi sequel in there.
What else gets a sequel though? We went 6 years without Doctor Strange 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I highly doubt. I don't think they'll do a Doctor Strange 3 in Phase 6. I feel like that's probably.
Unfortunately, I think it's too soon.
Yeah.
Unless they want to kill him in Secret Wars or something.
I mean, as far as sequels in Phase 6, I feel like the only thing probably would be Shang-Chi, and I feel like that's probably it.
Maybe a Defenders movie, to follow up, just redo that whole thing. But I don't know, dude. It's funny. I'm looking at this blank slate, and I know every other YouTuber or whatever has put their to-do list on there, right? But the only thing I'm almost certain about is Deadpool 3. It just a Spider-Man movie makes sense too, obviously, because Spider-Man No Way Home was 2021, and they go. So far, they've gone every 2 years, right? Yep. So, I mean, theoretically, that would be next year, though. Excuse me, sorry. Does the Spider-Man movie make sense? Yes. I don't know if that happens. Other than that,
I feel like right now there's not much you can really else do with Spider-Man.
you said it though. It's not a Peter movie. I want Miles.
Morales.
Miles.
Okay, yeah.
Another one you kind of hinted on, Guardians 3 having this character if he shows up, a Nova movie.
Oh, Nova,
as a brand new character, I can see that. But Thor 5's not going to be here. That's too soon.
Yeah,
there's no way. Doctor Strange 3, there's no way. I don't know. I don't know. Do you have any other last thoughts for those movies?
No, I mean, I pretty much ran through what I think, Deadpool 3, Midnight Suns.
That's the other that I do think is whether I here's my question to you. Is that going to be Disney Plus or a movie?
I could see it being Disney Plus. I could see them making that more of a show because I mean, other than well, I guess the only person in Midnight Suns but have a show would be Moon Knight. I don't know. I could see.
I don't know.
Either or would be good, but I feel like a show would be a little better.
It just sounds like a show.
Yeah,
I agree.
It has more Disney Plus vibes than a movie.
Yeah, I think Moon Knight kind of brings that with them, right?
Yeah.
Wait, real quick. I'm just gonna run down my list. I don't think I have anything else though. I really don't. I guess. Last thing is D23 is Saturday, September 10th.
So we will be covering that heavily. That next week. So I'm excited. There's gonna be a lot announced. So much announced.
I'm just so excited because, like I said, they're not going to D23 with nothing.
No, they're coming in
They're coming in hot.
They're coming in
quite literally coming in hot.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be great. I'm very excited. And that might actually be streamed. Like Hall H wasn't streamed because of all the exclusives.
Streamed. Okay.
No, that's what like because the trailers and stuff, they don't stream any of that. So
gotcha.
So I could D23 isn't always streamed as well, but sometimes is. I think, I don't know. I could be full of shit, but like I'm excited. I'm really excited.
I hope they stream it. I would totally watch it.
I would absolutely do a live stream. I'd love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's it though, dude. That's next. That's it. We're excited.
I mean, we're
She-Hulk
breaking down. Yeah, She-Hulk's She-Hulk's in August. Did you know Andor got pushed back?
I did. So it's funny you said that
by a month.
Brendan, I sent you the trailer and I didn't watch it until today.
Oh.
What was that, Sunday? I think I sent that to you.
So,
yesterday, maybe. But yeah, I didn't actually even watch it until today. And in that, yeah, it shows they did the Obi-Wan thing, dude. They pushed it back and they're doing the 3-episode release on the same day.
Yeah.
I don't know. Weird. I assume it's animation or whatever. And
some sort of production thing. Yeah.
I don't know. Is what it is. If She-Hulk's
we'll get August, She-Hulk. Yeah.
We'll be good.
It'll be She-Hulk leading right into Andor. So
exactly. It's gonna be
all that matters. All that matters.
We're leading right into D23 too.
Woo.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Thanks everybody for listening. Make sure to do all the stuffs.
Help us get to subscribe 35.
Yeah. I think we're at 34 still. We need one of you listening that isn't subscribed. hit that subscribe button. Yes, sons of bitches.
And let us know what you think is in phase 6 if you would like to leave a comment.
What do you think is one of those empty slots? If it's gonna be an X-Men, a sequel of something, maybe something new we haven't thought of. You know,
Blink-182, the Marvel movie.
Yeah. The Mirror.
Oh man. But no, that's it. That's all I got. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. And Brandon, thanks for another one.
Yeah, thank you, Zach. And we'll catch you on the next one.